Oh well, I just realized I turned I put music onto the scene, but never actually turned it on. So thank you all for sitting through that silent break. There was supposed to be music. And welcome back for the second half of this Beam Saber one shot.
Yeah.
All right, Takuma, take it away. Where are we going? What are we doing? What happens?
I think first thing I wanted to do is just have everyone introduce themselves by their character name and your mech name real quick, just so everyone has that fresh before we head in. Um, Curb.
My character's name is Asphodel Tazetta. Goes by Del for short, call sign Angel. Um, and the vehicle name is Chroma Lion, and that's in all caps except for the O in Chroma, which is lowercase, for
Thank you.
no reason.
Good.
It's good. It's real good.
Uh, Doggos.
I am playing Sacramento Sarasota, call sign Ramen. Picture Parley from Gunner Craig, and she is driving the Onyx Lynx, which is what if the motorcycle from Akira was black, a little cooler, and had hover wheels instead of wheels. Also an enclosed cockpit, but like
Of
that's
course.
pretty
Of
much the
course.
inspiration. Is I know I've seen like those almost a light cycle. I think it's a little it's a little more geometric than one of the new light cycles. Also, it floats.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. L.
I'm playing Madrione, call sign White Rose. Uh, like, think of to another like person from a webcomic thing. Like Faye from Questionable Content when she starts working at the machine shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Madry pilots the Erebos Techne, which looks like a sprinter sort of and has cloth on it.
And Kelsa.
I am playing Hyon Walsh Blight Terry Weldon, which is a fucking handful. So instead, call him Drake Stallion. Um, and he pilots a Casgard Custom.
Cool. Oh yeah. So and now we'll jump into it. Have you all like kind of set up your own spaces in this abandoned museum of sorts?
I have the whale.
Oh, of course, of course.
Uh,
Where does everyone spend their time in the museum?
I think that I've set up like a shrine area in one of the halls. Like I've claimed this entire hall as mine, and like at the far end of it, I've set up like a shrine, and there's like candles and all of that business. But then like on the closer side, like right up next to the door, I have like a pallet laid out, like just like a bedroll. Instead of sleeping in one of the actual like apartments, like I I feel like I don't deserve it. And so I stay here in my little like makeshift church.
So I think Ramen's usual hangout is the idea of a person who likes the idea of being outside. So like I pictured there's like a really good what looks like maybe was a garden or is still kind of a garden, except there is one spot that no matter what is like entirely in the shade, like a really big patio type thing, and there's like couches and stuff set up. But it's very much like this is how you be outside without having to deal with outside.
Nice.
And so I think she just usually posts up there like a reverse cat, you know, sleeping in the shade.
Yeah.
I feel like Asphodel, in what used to be like the deep sea creature exhibit,
Ooh.
where all the models were. So it's very dark, and like sections where there's like black light. It's maximum drama, basically. Um, and so that's where he hangs out with his considerable wardrobe, and yeah, just chills.
Uh, Madrid sleeps in the whale and spends some time there. So also in the deep sea exhibit, uh, but has like a space for themselves, like set up in like one of the sample rooms, like where they just used to store a bunch of rocks. So it's got all these like
Oh
racks that you could
yeah,
pull out.
Oh, that's good.
nice.
Um, okay. Uh, so y'all are hanging out, in your usual spots, and Quartermaster Hawkins, who is your direct superior, um, makes a call. Who usually contacts her? Does
Hmm.
one of you do you all get this call at the same time? Is this like a group call situation, you think, or is there one person who kind of coordinates?
I feel like you know how they have an intercom system throughout the museum, so like they can tell you when it
Yeah.
closes. I
Yeah.
feel like it's tapped into that, so we all like get it through like hidden little speakers.
One room definitely is bad, and like it's just static whenever it comes through. You know how
Oh
like
God, yeah.
where it's like wah, 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 and I need you to come through.
I
Like the
feel like
drive-through.
I feel like that's definitely my church like wing area because like I don't want to necessarily be interrupted if I'm like praying or whatever. And so like I hear this and then have to specifically step out into the hallway in order to actually hear the announcement.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Cool.
Yeah, then the PA comes on, and uh, Quartermaster Hawkins's voice just kind of comes out. Uh, make fetch happen. Make fetch happen. Uh, I just got a new job. I was hoping that you could all meet me in the main hall as soon as possible. Um, just please hurry. Please hurry. And I moved you. Yeah, okay. I have moved you over to the map.
Yes. Look, I'll even show it to chat.
Ooh.
Look at that. There's a map, everybody.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
she looks a little flustered. Um, she also looks very wet. It apparently there is a storm moving in that she like just came in from. She outran a storm supposedly. Um, and the deal is that the the landed region is the planet side representative of the Jovangelian Emperor, and they're right now they're coming into Journey City, um, and the Society for Wider Understanding, which is the autocracy squad that directs the news releases. They're in charge of PR and propaganda and such. They want to make it seem like everything is in control in Journey City, where this museum is, where y'all are stationed. Problem is, there was an important Jovangelian artifact stolen from an actual museum, not your fake museum, um, which they suspect is going to be removed from this area very soon. And they need you to recover it and bring it back to this other museum before the landed region gets here.
Hey, seems simple enough.
And I'm going to mark the
I
museum.
think that's something that's within our skill set.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. So,
Roger. Wait, I'm trying to. Sorry, I've been listening to Star Wars. It's all in my
yeah, I was thinking that, y'all, you're familiar with museums and, artifacts, and this would just be a walk in the park for you all. I really think that this is right in your wheelhouse. Yeah, do you have anything that you need to know? I do have some rules of engagement for you. There's to be no destroying civilian, commercial, or governmental property. Obviously, just don't wreck the area. No threatening or employing force against civilians. No firing upon or presenting as a clearly marked medical transport or facility. And you only have permission to attack whoever stole the artifact. And if possible, please only start using force when you are fired upon, not before. That's really important legally, and I cannot tell you the amount of times that got us into trouble. So just keep an eye out for that, please.
Wait, hang on. When you say only who stole it, does that mean who's in possession? Or just because we don't know the person who stole it, but like, let's say some other group has it, or they just hand it off to some random guy on the street. Can we not take it from him?
If a civilian unknowingly has it, I'd ask you not to hurt them. But if it's an enemy squad, that's fair game.
I think if we just walk up to somebody and say, hey, can we have that? If they don't know why it's important, they'll be like, okay.
Yeah, it won't be a problem. It'll be fine.
We could always bribe them.
Yeah. That.
All this seems
storm...
perfectly obvious to me.
All right, you'll do it then.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Great. I knew I could come to y'all. I will look forward to hearing a great post-mission report. And stay dry. That storm is really coming in fast. And she leaves. Let's move into gather information.
Don't forget a hat.
So how are you going to prepare for this mission? I think the quartermaster also sent you a sort of information report on things that she knows about what happened, and things to look out for. Obviously, there's going to be some very rough weather coming in from the bay nearby. Someone like experienced broke into this museum there, and it's believed that they're going to get out through the docks or by going through the broken bank, which is to the south. Those are definitely the easiest ways to get this thing out without being noticed. So just need to figure out which.
Definitely is closer to the broken bank.
For sure.
But that's also kind of a riskier area to go through. Whereas the docks, you get there and then you basically just get a ride away. I think I would want to go talk to a dock worker, see if they've noticed any deals going around, find the second ledger, see if anybody knows about that.
Do we have access to the security footage from the museum?
That's part of the experience. Supposedly the cameras were disabled before this squad made a break-in or scrambled. Uh, but you could possibly go and see if you could unscramble it, if that is what you would like to do.
So
Well,
what kind of thing are we looking for?
So it's a scepter. Um, Obviously, like made out of precious metals, mostly gold, and a lot of jewels. It's about 2 feet long.
Does it does it have an anime name?
Oh my god, no! It's the emperor's right hand, in that it's the scepter that symbolized what was a former position. It doesn't exist anymore, um, as a sort of, yeah, right hand person that the emperor would give this sort of greater administrative power to. But since that position has been eliminated, the scepter has a lot of like historical value, and also it's made out of precious metals. But
So its significance is like it's made out of precious metals and like historical, and it doesn't have any like special weird powers we have to look out for.
not that you've been told of.
Okay.
It's been in a very public museum for a while with nothing happening, so it's safe to assume that there's nothing weird going on.
Good
So it sounds
good check.
for sure. Um, so it sounds like Ramen's going to the docks.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start kind of like. Okay, so we see me do a power slide, but it's on a hover bike, so it just looks cool. There's definitely that effect where like the water splashes, and it's we get the panel that we get the shot that's the anime slide,
Yeah.
the anime bike slide, and it doesn't make any sense because I don't have to, but I can. And I start talking. I like I just wind up in some manager's office, feet on the desk when like he comes back in. I guess she comes back in. No, we gotta have all women NPCs, or at least not dudes, or non-binary, but just not dudes for the most part.
Fair.
And I say, so you got anything coming through? And I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I think it's. I think I could either proud to get in there, or I could sway her to give me the information.
Whichever one. Just sell me on it.
Maybe I prowled into the office, and then like this all takes place after I have prowled in, and whether I prowled in and got nothing and then she came in, or if I got like some good information. So it's like I sneak in and then I act like I didn't get what I want, but really I did.
Uh,
So like I'm sitting and like I've already done the thing, Ocean's 11 style. Also, I have a 2 in prowl and a 1 in a bunch of other things. Somehow I didn't take 2 in anything else. I am a champion.
yeah. What does Ramen prowling into this building look like?
Oh, it's a lot of shadows, and then her silhouette just kind of like slinking out of. Okay, so you know how Scooby Doo doors they don't make sense when you go through them, but like we would see her like sneaking in maybe like the bottom left, and she would be going farther to her left, and then all of a sudden we just see her popping up in the right, and then somewhere in the middle, just Scooby Doo style sneaking through this building, and then like her finally finding the room with like a safe and just looking at it and trying to open it up.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a prowl. So that's
I have 2, so I'm gonna 2d6 and take the highest, which is F5.
yeah. Um, And it's a gather information. So, seeing as you're breaking into a place, it's a controlled standard, but yeah, it's a 5 and 5 uncontrolled. I think you get a little less than you wanted here, which is I don't think you have time to identify like exactly which boat is supposed to get some unmarked shipments. You do manage to grab a log of um, all of them. It's just you won't have access to the other documents that'll make it easy to figure out which one it is. You'll probably be able to narrow it down somewhat, but not as accurately as you could have on a 6. And you said that this was so you were gonna prowl in and then like
I was prowling in
act
to
like
get the stuff, I think.
and act like you hadn't gotten it, and someone walks in.
Yeah, and I'm just like, hey, I'm helping
Therming
you out.
Kiku.
Throw you a
Therming
what?
Kiku. Kiku walks in
Okay.
and she's got a hard hat on. She's like soaked through, got like a safety vest. Did not sees you there and is not happy. Who are you? What are you doing in my office?
Well, that's not important, dear. What is important is what's coming through here that you didn't want to mark.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's clearly marked in. I've been cleared for every single one of these boats. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, one of these boats is going to be taking some things that it shouldn't because it actually took those things, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
Thieves, rapscallions, swindlers, hoodlums, bandits. I can keep going all night, dear. And then she winks.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're looking for, but we just set up the shipments. We basically allocate the empty room on ships with people that need to ship things. We're not the ones that are shipping the things, you know? You're looking you're looking in the wrong place.
Well, I am just so embarrassed. Let me just get out of your hair. And then, like, I still have the window unlocked behind me, and I just walk out the window instead of, like, even going through the door. If I had a hat, I would tip it. I just kind of go, shh. But no hat?
Oh my god.
I got what I needed. They're doing some shady shit.
You left without a hat. I'm so disappointed.
I didn't have a hat in the first place. I also like how half of us are Southern now, just because it's easy.
Southern is easy, I gotta say that for sure.
Well, I do declare.
I have a thing I'd like to try.
Okay.
Dell doesn't know a lot of things, but Dell knows about shiny stuff. And back when he was tasked with wearing like a big statement piece, he remembers that they were some of these are really heavy, but also they were really fussy about like, oh, well, you can't hold it this way. You can't drink water because it'll mess up the gems, so maybe if I go to the museum and talk to someone who was in charge of like, keeping it safe, I can kind of figure out what precautions they need to like transport it, because like obviously it's raining a ton, so that's one thing that they're going to have to look out for. But if we can find out like if they needed a special box, I'm just going to go down and I'm going to like go and say hi to someone and see if they tell me stuff, because I'm cute.
That's a good idea, Dale. I'll travel with you and see if I can survey upon their equipment, see what we might be able to find from their own security footage.
Okay.
So who at this museum do you know?
Um, I know the person who's in charge of arranging like the galas, the fundraisers, the social aspects
I have a bad name.
of it. So yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is Glorious Tuesday.
Oh my god.
Rolled right off the good old Beam Saber tables.
Hell
Love
yes.
space names.
Um, in Glorious Tuesday, they just have the most powerful updo you've ever seen in your life.
The higher the hair, the closer to God.
Yep. Very
I rub my bald
tall.
head in shame.
You know, all dabbled in modeling, but like wanted to work at this museum more. So that's how you know them. And they find you, you know, looking through the museum where they agreed to meet you and say, Dell, it's been too long. How are you?
Tuesday, how have you been? You look amazing. I
Thank
love this like
you.
brooch you've got going on. Very very profesh.
What can I do for you today?
Well, a little someone told me that maybe something went missing, and I just want to know more about it. I want to know, like, it seems like it was pretty high maintenance, and high maintenance. But I just, if you had any ideas of, like, hypothetically, if someone were to have transported it outside of the museum grounds without authorization, you know, um, do you think you could tell me, like, the sort of stuff they would have to do to transport it? And I'm definitely trying to go a sway with this.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a no, this is just a fortune roll. Like, this is your friend. This is totally fine. So just
Awesome.
roll your sway.
All right.
I'm standing there looking dumpy dapper.
Ooh.
Right right behind him. I haven't said anything yet, but I'm just kind of smiling and nodding along with the conversation.
Oh, Curb, that's a 3.
That is a
Oh, no.
thing.
Oh,
Double
that's
threes though.
womp
It's
womp.
not. That's not too
Critical.
bad because
Fortune
It's the
roll.
worst.
yeah, she works. She works here. She knows some things. So Glorious tells you that. God, that was the worst thing that's happened in. I don't know how long. Let me tell you. Well, for one thing, that scepter was always kept in a moisture controlled display. Obviously, it had a lot of silver filigree and things that could, oxidize really quickly if they're in moist air or if they touch water, which, in this storm,
Oh
believe me, they
God.
better take excellent care of that thing.
Yep.
I think that's, and then they go off on a tangent about a new like historical Adamant Council of Nor like jewelry section that's been put in.
Before they get too far along the tangent, I take 2 steps forward and like thrust my hand towards them, and I'm like, "Oh, hello there. Um, uh, I'm Hayen Walsh Blight Terrier Weldon, but you can call me Drake Stallion, and I am an associate of your dear friend Dell here, and I was hoping that we might also be able to see some of the how would you say, uh, uh, footage. I understand it was damaged, but there's a chance I may be able to recover something if I'm able to see the originals.
Oh, how charming! Oh, of course, of course. I I'll lead you there right away. Come with me. And she leads you into the security office where you have full access to the footage from that day.
Fantastic. So I am not sure what I have a feeling it may be interface, but if I want to try to recover some of this, some of the data from this, what I would need to do if I sit down at the security computer and like start, backtracking through the roles, find where it starts glitching out, and then trying to, like, basically my theory is there's like an extra like loop in there that's like converting it, but like that like underlying that was the original footage is the at least hope or theory here. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how the actions are broken down. I scanned through them, but I didn't grok it all for as far as like doing computer stuff.
Yeah, doing computer stuff usually falls into interface. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was afraid of. I don't have any dots in interface, but I can still roll the dice. I think I'm definitely going to push myself.
Okay.
And then I also... do we do Devil's Bargains in this game?
We do. We sure do.
I love Devil's Bargains.
Okay.
If we can't think of a better one, and anyone can think of something if you have something, the best I was able to come up with is whatever I do during this thing gets us immediately kicked out of the museum and I can never come back.
Ooh,
That's so good.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay. Brilliant. Somehow, like, during it, like, I like, accidentally, like, oh gosh. I'm trying to think of, like, the worst thing I could do in this.
I have two ideas.
Okay.
I also have one, but go for it. Yeah.
One is the dominoes, but dominoes of exhibits.
Oh,
You know, where like
no.
you're doing something and you bump into it, and then like something falls, and then it knocks over a small section, and then that section also falls, but knocks over a larger section. At the very end, it like this giant like display wall falls over,
Oh
and
god.
and then it hits the base of where this pedestal is holding a vase, and the vase just dangles.
No.
But then the
Oh,
vase
that's
is
so
okay.
much.
But then the vase is okay, and then you sigh, and then you put your hand on the vase.
It falls the other way.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
everything else.
I was just thinking of like spilling coffee on a control panel.
It's okay. My idea was like there was something like I accidentally like put the like break room feed onto like the public display monitors, and like some inappropriate people were making out or something.
Oh.
See, I think that gets them banned more than you.
I don't know, like it just seemed funny to me.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Wait, who sleeps in the whale?
Madry sleeps in the whale.
Madry does sleep in the
I'm
whale.
not climbing in the whale.
But I do really like the break room thing, or maybe it's when you're going through the archives, you accidentally find Glorious doing something they shouldn't be doing, and accidentally broadcast that.
Ooh.
Oh, and then we get -1 with them.
Oh no.
No.
That would make your friend
not
mad at
Susie.
you. Sorry.
Oh yeah, roll me an interface.
Yeah, this is great. I love it.
This is just a fortune roll too, though, because yeah, there's no risk here.
I mean, that's not going to stop me from going full ham.
Hmm.
There's 6.
Look at that 6. Look at that
Woohoo!
excellent 6.
Hell yeah.
Um,
That's what I'm talking about.
okay, so some of this obviously has been just completely erased footage wise, but there is enough there to figure out that who came in here was the Kalazar strategic deployment. They're off-worlders actually from Kalazar. Um, Word on the street is that they've been stranded here because they're broke. They're trying to get off-world. They're trying to get, those nice premier tower passes to go up the space elevator and hitch a ride back to Kalazar. This would get them most of the way to that. If this, if they can pawn this scepter off, that is going to fund that space voyage. So you know exactly who they are, and I think you have faces you can sort of recognize. Obviously, it's security cam footage, so it's not the greatest, but you'd be able to recognize what some of these people look like, so you know where what to look for at certain places.
Okay. Um, one of the things I can get from my mech, um, is a fine social data retrieval program.
Oh,
Would it be possible for me to go ahead and mark that on my mech, and then we go back outside and I like upload this into my Casgard and have it like run through and try to like get some addresses on these people?
yeah.
Cool. I'm totally doing that.
Okay. Al, does Madry have gather information?
I had a backup thing if the museum footage didn't work, but it did. So I was also thinking of like looking at like immigration documents to see like what's up with these, what's up with the Calazar strategic deployment, like to get a better idea of like who they are, but
Uh,
Drake is also seems to be doing that.
that I think that would be a good idea for a couple reasons. So,
It's definitely a different tactic towards the same thing. It may give different
Mm-hmm.
information.
Yeah, so I think that Madry like goes to some bureaucratic office and just kind of asks a bunch of questions that aren't super related, and just to kind of like ease in there, and then asks for the records and hopefully gets them, which I think is consort, which I don't have any dice in.
um, do you have any points in sway?
I don't have any. I have no points in any resolve.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well,
That's
because typically, if you're unless you know someone at this office, consort is more like talking to people you know already, acquaintances,
okay.
friends, to cooperate with you. Sway is more like convincing people you don't know to get them to do what you want or give them information that you want. So in this case, I think it would probably be sway.
Yeah,
Or
which
it
I
could
also
be,
don't have dice in.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can always roll 2 dice and keep the lowest. You
Yeah,
can push yourself for 2 stress, or you can come up with a fun and interesting devil's bargain, maybe, possibly.
and I'll roll 2d6 and I'll take the lowest.
Okay. This is a controlled standard because that's 2.
That's a 2.
Oh, I saw the 6 and I
Oof.
got
Another is a
excited.
6.
Oh,
However,
ouch.
when I gather info to locate a target, I get +1 effect.
Yay.
So that's something.
That's good. That's good.
I, mm, I don't know if that applies to it too.
I don't think
Probably
it does.
not.
Wait, if it
Yeah.
was controlled, it might.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, when you miss on a controlled, you can uh step back and take a different approach or seize a riskier opportunity.
Wait, I'm confused. So what's your approach for this?
Basically, it was just going up to the desk and asking.
Yeah, it's just like, and that didn't
Oh,
work for pretty obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Tried.
I was gonna say, oh
I
wait,
did
I have
try.
retrieval There's retrieval software, but it's on my vehicle. I don't know how that would help.
There's a way that I could figure out how to make this survey. That would be really great.
Hmm.
Observe your surroundings and predict outcomes.
That doesn't seem like it works here.
What else are you good at?
I'm good at hunt. I've got 1 die in finesse, prowl, and struggle. And yep,
Finesse would let you like steal some documents that are lying around.
yeah,
I don't know if that's something you're interested in.
yeah. Like I think that like Madri asks, and the person says no, and then they're like okay, and then they like walk away, and they come back later with some sort of disguise, and then they just swipe the documents.
Okay.
Do you have a fake mustache on?
Oh my god. Give me a controlled standard finesse then.
Okay. Well,
Oh, good
buddy.
lord.
Well, oof.
That's a 1. Yeah, I think your disguise doesn't work.
yeah.
I think their back is turned and you come in and you're all disguised and you reach for the paper and they turn around like, why are you back? Excuse me?
uh, sorry, I thought that these were mine.
They're very clearly not.
Yeah, I'm
Security?
wrong.
Hello?
No, it's fine. I'll leave.
You can leave. Yeah, you can totally leave, but good lord.
There was an attempt.
There were 2 attempts. There were 2
You
separate
tried.
attempts.
Sometimes the dice say no.
Sometimes they do. Well, we in that case we are going to move into this mission.
Woo.
The weather has gotten really bad. This
Yes.
storm is something. It's raining hard.
We're gonna have a rainy car chase. That's what I'm shooting for right
Oh
here.
my god.
Just heads up.
I love it.
So in the end, you haven't exactly figured out if they're going to run to the broken bank or the docks. You do have some documents that you could search for the docks. So I think at this point you need to figure out where you're going to search. You have information you can act on, but you haven't narrowed it down to one area yet.
We haven't narrowed it down.
And you need to get going now.
I mean, I think in the words of every white dude with an ascot, let's split up, gang.
Yeah, we could.
Best plan.
Should probably do one stealthier person, one less stealthy person in a group.
What
Or
about
It
we
makes
we
sense
have
to
the
have.
double stealth staking out, and then we have the flashy at the other one being like, "Oh, hey, we're looking out for some people," and then
Yeah.
oh, I guess Plan B, and then they go to Plan B, and then we strike from the shadows
I think that sounds
what if that
more reasonable,
like a
actually.
jungle cat.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I could see Team Loud, Team Quiet.
I will join you on Team Loud.
Wow.
So, in terms of the plan and the detail, then that sounds like deception.
I think so. I
A
think
little
so.
bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the deception is we know where you're going. We don't really know where you're going. But we're going to go and be kind of loud and obvious in the location we don't want them to be at, and then have the other team staked out where we want them. So we have basically we get to control the playing field that way.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Hmm.
Because either way, they'll probably get to where Team Quiet is. Either they're just
Yeah.
going there already, or they get redirected.
Right, exactly. That's the plan. That's how I'm seeing this play.
All
Okay.
right.
Um.
And let's declare load. I know you did before, but let's just go over load again real quick. Pilot and vehicle.
Okay, so my vehicle is light because it's a cool motorcycle, hover bike cycle, and I think it's very easy to like kind of disguise it like that. And I don't want to always spend one thing on like optical camo. Plus, we have camo, and then my gear right now is medium. I think she takes a lot more than she should. Like she can still be stealthy with medium gear, but it's like, you can
Yeah.
either like fit through a grate or you can have a gun to shoot the person at the door, and she usually likes the second option.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
My vehicle is light, and because it's like a kind of lithe, weird person-looking thing with not a lot of storage room, and my load is light because one of us has got to be at least a little bit stealthier than the other one.
I am running. My mech is medium, and I am also taking a medium load.
I'm going medium on the mech and light on my person.
Okay.
Good. So, I guess now what we need to decide is where's Team Loud going and where's Team Quiet going?
I feel like the docks are probably good for us.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling too. And then
because we big.
yeah, and then the ambush gets set up in over like an ambush row on the broken bank.
God, I
How
literally
ironic.
we get to pull out of the shadows and then like fall behind them. Be the coolest.
All right. Yeah.
A good point too, because I mean a lot of the broken bank, a lot of buildings have been destroyed, so there's a lot more area to move around in for mechs, but definitely the docks are safer. So Team Loud being there is probably a better idea for them. Yeah, and a thing to know about the broken bank though is there's a lot of AR malfunctions of sorts. There are rampant proxies. There are apps, programs that belong to people that died, and they're just kind of going haywire. Which is why when you're in the broken bank, there is a 4-tick clock. Whenever you stay put for too long, 1 tick is filled, and when the whole thing is filled, you have come to the attention of the local proxies. So pay attention to that clock, team. Quiet. that in there. Where is it?
Putting a clock onto the. Oh, there it is.
Nice.
I was like, "Are you putting a clock on the page?" And then it magically appeared.
Yeah.
Fancy.
I like these clocks actually.
They're very good. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think we're gonna start with so doc team, loud team, quiet team.
Mm-hmm.
You see kind of off in the distance, I think team quiet, you see across that big bridge actually um a sketchy looking vehicle, tinted windows, looks armored, dark colored. Team Loud, you also see a similar vehicle.
Oh no.
Wait, do we do engagement roll?
This is the first obstacle, and yeah, we're gonna do engagement now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go through that section. Why do I? Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is a fortune roll. It starts with 1 dice for plain old luck. Additional dice get added for major advantages, and dice get removed for disadvantages. Is the mission bold? Take +1 dice, or if is the mission especially complex, take -1 die.
I know it's not complex, but I don't think it's bold.
Yeah, I don't
think it's really either.
Yeah.
Does the mission exploit the target's vulnerabilities, or is the mission's tactic ineffective against the target?
We don't really know.
Yeah. Could go either way.
I don't think it's ineffective.
But we didn't find a weakness.
Yeah, I don't think you've necessarily found a weakness. Does the squad receive external support from the mission, or is anyone interfering with the mission other than the target?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we got either one of those either.
Actually,
Oh no, are we going to 0 die?
Someone interfering here.
But I think that you have some support from the Society of Wider Understanding, actually, because they're interested in this going well.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Nice.
We're still at 1.
Yeah. Are there? So yeah, the Society for Wider Understanding is around, also searching for this through separate methods. If you can contact them during the mission and convince them to help you, that is a thing you can do.
Okay.
I'm putting that on the table.
I didn't realize that would actually roll. That was not a thing I'm doing.
Are there any other factors that affect the mission? This might include differences in squad tier, specialized equipment, or unusual terrain. Unfortunately, as a new squad, you are at tier 0.
But let's talk about unusual terrain. Because this weather.
Yeah.
This weather is bad for. But
one of our vehicles doesn't even need to worry about water.
I'm talking about bad for them because we know they have to keep that thing from getting wet or it becomes worthless to them.
That is fair. Yeah, then I think you're still at 1.
Yes.
Oh.
Right, can I do the actual roll? I kind of want to. Do we have anything else?
No, that is all the engagement stuff.
All right, 1d6.
Big
Cross
money,
your
no
fingers.
Oh God.
That's a 4.
All right.
I like that a lot better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As things could go, that's all right.
So yeah, you've noticed that there are in fact 2 cars. But I think that Loud Team, you've sort of figured out the from the documents that were uh, stolen earlier that they're planning to leave from this dock. It's one of uh, the boats at this dock up here that I've circled. So you have a very limited area you need to defend or uh, drive people away from.
Okay.
Loud Team.
Wait,
That is
Loud Team is at the
not
top.
Loud Team. Team Quiet. Team Quiet. You're
Stealth Squad.
they haven't noticed you for sure. But you've noticed that there's scavengers around that haven't noticed you, but they are in the area that aren't necessarily military mechs. There's like civilian vehicles, there's people picking through like the damaged mechs that were abandoned here in the broken bank. There's people around. I think we'll start with Team Loud at the docks in the pouring rain.
Well, all we gotta do is keep them from approaching these docks here. And if we stake ourselves out at the right here at the shoreline, I think we can ensure that they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
So how, I guess I need a clock for preventing this boat from leaving, I think.
That sounds about right.
Sounds like a 6, maybe? So
Okay.
how are you going to go about like what sort of position are you taking up here then? Are you like just completely blocking off the like dock?
I want to tick another box on my vehicle load and state that its impressive crystalline structure is an inspiring appearance, and also a fine broadcast system. I am going to start proselytizing in the middle of the street.
Oh my
Nice.
Loudly strutting with my giant mech, taking up a corner and basically giving a sermon on the sins of stealing. Just out of my mechs as I'm. And then we cut to the inside, which is like I'm picturing it like a 70s den. Like it's got like a sunken couch in the floor.
Oh, yes.
Like because it's very open, it's very spacious. Like the interior of this is just ridiculous. And so it's got like a coffee table kind of thing in the center, but like with holograms, and that's actually how he's controlling it as he's giving this kind of sermon. And normally he'd be like sitting on one of the couches, but instead he's like standing up and like pacing a circle around this little table area as he's going off about how humanity is only at its best when we look out for each other. Humanity is only at its best when we look out for each other. When you take from your fellow humans, you are taken from yourself. We need to remember that by giving is how we truly gain in this world. And so on, etc.
I like this.
What are you gonna roll
Um,
for this?
I think I feel like it's command.
Yeah, that
Uh,
sounds right to me.
um, my goal here is basically, uh, I'd like to instill shame in anyone who's ever stolen anything.
Yeah.
Uh, in, Possibly including Dell. I'm sorry. Uh, and basically just try to hedge them off from coming over here. So, um,
You are at risky limited. This
okay.
is the tier difference. Do you have any
Um,
gear for that? Do you?
well, let's see. My fine broadcast system, does that give me
Yeah, yeah, that counts for standard. So yeah, risky
okay,
standard.
great. I'm pretty much okay with that, and I'll go ahead and push myself again.
Okay,
All right, so that's 2d6. I got 5.
that's a 5. That's 2 ticks. Um,
I'm
so I
pretty good with
think.
that.
Oh, oh man, I've done this wrong. Oh boy.
Oh no, my clock.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Um, so I think that you see some people get the car stops a good ways off. Like they've heard you for sure, but the car stops and some people get out. One of them appears to be carrying a largish box on their back, kind of backpack style, um, and like duck behind a warehouse, and like they all split up.
Uh, Now, we didn't actually talk about this during character creation, so I would like to establish this now.
Mhm.
I know as part of character creation, we kind of skipped over it. I believe that we all get one basic belief about each other and gives us like one tick of relationship, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We skimmed over that part, and I'm not worried about it too much. But what I'm saying is that fictionally establishes that we would have a close enough relationship that my telepathy would work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Your telepathy will work here.
Okay. Because basically, I want to, without breaking my stride as I'm continuing my tirade, like send a telepathic message to Dell that's like, um, uh, I saw them split up. Make sure that you keep eyes on while I block the main path here.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Did we narrow it down to which boat they were? Do we have it narrowed down to the dock or the specific boat?
Just this dock area. Unfortunately, without the 6, you didn't get the exact boat.
Oh, I was gonna hang out on the boat.
Um,
Yeah.
using uh, using my fine social data retrieval program, can I confirm that those people getting out of that uh, car were involved with the robbery or not?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
they were.
It's definitely not all of them.
Okay.
Um, but you recognize the ones that are here.
All right. I will also make sure to telepathically inform Ramen and White Rose. Um, we've got a part of the crew here. It's not all of them, but they just split up and are on foot.
Can is that a two-way thing or a one-way thing?
It's a one-way thing.
Yeah, it's a one-way.
Okay.
You all do have like a cell phone or like a transceiver thing that's part of common equipment that takes zero.
The throat mic transceiver.
Yeah, a throat mic transceiver, a smartphone, um, all that kind of stuff. I just have telepathy, so I might as well use it.
True.
Also, it lets me continue to give a speech while I'm talking to you, because with the throat mic transceiver, I'd have to actually stop what I was saying in order to say something else.
Yeah. The transceiver should work in Journey City, especially at this distance. It's just that there other people could hear whatever you're saying on those channels. So the telepathy is a good way to, kind of get around that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's kind of the main difference there.
And the whole one way thing.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so yeah, Kurt, what is Angel doing then? Now that you've seen this happen.
Um, the mech itself, Chroma Lion, is right now, you know that one picture of Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park with the
Mm-hmm.
shirt
Mhm.
open?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
The robot is doing that lounge across.
Oh my god.
If I can ping, like right there, like this one choke point.
Yeah.
Just very one. It blocks, to an extent, actually like getting back and forth on foot. Secondly, I'd imagine that even in this weather, there are still people out, and they're probably all like looking and taking pictures, and just like it's probably a social media focal point at this exact time.
Yeah, you're a
So,
celebrity.
so that's probably going to be a deterrent of some sort, hopefully.
Yeah.
And so while that's going on, I guess Dell is going to get out and go to where Drake indicated these people were splitting up, and just kind of see if he can catch up to them on foot.
Okay. What are you rolling?
Do. I guess survey, which I have 1 point in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's risky limited.
Do I want to push myself, or do I have a thingy? I don't think I have a thingy. Yeah, it's early enough yet. I'll spend the 2 stress to push myself and get an extra die.
Okay.
All right. So it's 2d6. Boop.
Oh no, that's another double
It's
three.
another crit 3.
Oh no.
Curve. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Well, so you're running up to where the car is, and I think you notice that the car wasn't empty,
Oh, okay.
and a gun comes out the window comes down, and someone points a gun out at you and shoots.
Okay.
Yeah. Take a level 2 harm. I think winged. I think they get you in the shoulder,
Hmm.
or you can resist.
Um, do I want to blow 2 load on armor? Nah, I'll resist.
Right.
Okay.
That is.
So, what am I resisting with? Well,
I'm gonna
prowess
have
and resolve, I both have 1 die in, so I don't think it would be, unless it would be insight.
I mean, I guess it could. You could say it's like quick thinking, like reaction time. But yeah, I think this is more of a physical. Just get out of the way. So prowess.
Okay. So I will roll 1d6. D6.
Oh,
Oh my god.
That's 5 stress for me.
Oh jeez.
Ugh.
This is totally great
Wow.
and awesome.
How
whoa,
much
we're
stress are
halfway
you
there.
at?
7.
Oh my god.
You're
Speed run this game.
It's
I
fine.
am.
It's fine.
Lord.
Just
Oh.
everybody trauma. It's good.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
It's gonna
fine.
end
It'll
with
be
like
fine.
Herb just doing dire actions.
I think it's stressful because your outfit gets ripped.
No.
no.
Wardrobe malfunction. That's the
Oh.
worst fate.
Like I don't think you get
Oh.
shot, but I think they tear up your clothes.
No.
And also you almost died, but you know.
Oh no.
God.
That
They
was
don't
your
make this
favorite
fabric
shirt.
anymore. Ugh.
I think we're gonna jump to Team Quiet.
So what does the transport look like?
So it looks like a heavily armored car, tinted windows, kind of odd shaped for a car even.
Like, are we talking like fat 18-wheeler or like APC, like military style, or
It's a cross between like a more typical civilian looking, like more higher end car and a military car.
oh, okay.
I'm imagining like one of those storm chasing vehicles, except mixed with an Audi.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so good. I have a lot of things I want to do, but one of them is I want to slide around them with the bike, and I can't decide whether I want to. I thought if it was an 18-wheeler, I could literally try and jump through the back,
Oh my god.
but it's not that big.
That
I
would have been
think.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I would have done, but I don't think it doesn't sound like I can do that.
It's not big enough.
So I think what I'm gonna try and do is look like I'm just like a speeding civilian out for a joyride in the dark, because it's kind of hard to tell anyways.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like, where like you pass 18-wheelers but super close in front of them, like whenever you pass cars on the highway on like a 2-lane and like swerve in front.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and as part of the swerve, I'm going to use placed explosives
Oh.
and have that hidden by the rain. And I'm not sure whether this is like maneuver or if this is, because it's both with the vehicle and then like I'm just kind of like dropping it out the door. So I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, you can sell me on maneuver, or it
It's
could
not
be.
prowl, because
I think it could be.
they're all one anyways. Everything is one besides prowl.
Yeah.
If it's maneuver, or I think it is maneuver.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. This is risky limited.
Ooh. I'm trying
Unless
to
you
think
have
if I
something to improve that. Yeah, if you have any vehicle gear you want to declare, you have fine placed explosives. Or
No, I just
fine-
have regular placed explosives. I have demolition tools, which would be great. So it would increase it to a great from limited to great, which would be really funny. I think it is a very right, because we took the tools are better, right? Is that what we took?
Yes.
We had camo, and then we had tools are better. So
Yes.
if I take demolition tools, which is also power tools suitable for destruction or heavy remodeling, but also there's placed explosives. So I don't know if demolition tools we would count as also.
Yeah, demolition tools is like jackhammers and things. Yeah, it's more of a or like laser cutters. They're loud,
my God.
noisy tools
Could-
for
Oh,
wrecking. but-
okay. So I can maneuver, and I'm gonna maneuver by riding alongside of it in the rain and using a laser cutter on the side to cut open a hole. Is that
Ooh.
possible?
Yeah.
Just the like I ride up beside it and like it looks like I'm about to pass, and then my window's down and I just stick out a big laser.
Um. I think in this case it might not be maneuver anymore though. It might be more of like a modify or a wreck. I think with maneuver you get limited.
Wait, modify. I have I have engineer, unless that got changed by the name. Oh no, modify is a vehicle thing. Never mind. I don't
Yeah.
have a point in either of those.
Do you have any points in wreck?
How about this? I figured out what I'm gonna take. Actually, instead of being, it's gonna be a laser that's like mounted on the front, and I'm just gonna use battle and take a
Okay.
directed energy weapon. I think
Okay.
that's. I think it took me 4 tries, but I figured out what it is. I'm gonna
All
mark
right.
a directed energy weapon, and I'm gonna like slide through it and do the initial D inertia drift, and like to pass it on a straightaway, just to look like I'm showing off, and then you just see like what looks like the headlight, and then just a laser fire. And I'm gonna try and knock it off the road.
All right. Risky limited battle.
Okay, I'm gonna push myself so I can have 2. All right, so that's gonna be 2d6.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be the coolest way. So 4 and a 5.
5. That's good. So you wanted to like derail this thing, sort of? Well, not derail, but
You know, derail for a vehicle,
yeah.
de-road, de-wheel.
Were you going for the wheels specifically?
I think that would be really cool if I was going for the wheels, because lasers are especially effective against things that are soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you. So, so you laser the wheel off, and this thing like skids and spins out,
Yes.
and comes to a halt. And I think some of the this is real noisy. There are some of these like civilian like junkers notice from a distance and like kind of perk up. But what happens to the car is it starts kind of modifying itself. It starts transforming.
Yeah, I figured this was coming. We would get the shot of like me stopped like down the road from it and my visor up, and then my eyes go wide.
And yeah, it's now this very like squat like sleek looking mech. I think you notice a couple people bail out and roll, and one person with a similar sized case, backpack style, also gets out and runs, while this mech turns to face you.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm going to follow the person who has the package and leave Ramen to deal with the mech.
You don't want to fight the mech? Hey, I'm in
I'm
the vehicle.
tracking the guy.
Okay.
I
You're gonna
think
hear
that-
about this later.
I think the White Rose has been like hanging out on top of a building or something, and like has been watching this go down. And I'm going to tick 2 boxes on my mech for mobility suite, which is a full flight system, dash thrusters, all-terrain suspension, or some other modification providing extra mobility to the vehicle. I would like to be able to follow this person at a distance while flying.
Yeah.
Oh, I marked 2 fuel, by the way, not stress. I just realized because it was a vehicle.
Yes. Yes. pushing in a vehicle, you use fuel. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, I should fix that too because
Yes.
my little speech there was in my vehicle, so that used the it spends fuel. Like I gotta have the generator going to make those loudspeakers work.
God, that must be so loud, actually. Oh my god. Um. So yeah. Madry,
Yes.
what are you kind of rolling for following this person?
Um, might be doing scan or maneuver.
Either of those will give you, I think, about the same effect.
Okay, I'll do scan because I have 2 dice in that.
Sounds
I
good.
think that like I'm using my sensors to keep track of where this person is and follow at a good distance.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
That's a
double
crit.
Oh my god, that's
sixes.
a crit.
Good job.
I was gonna
Hell
say
yeah.
Congrats.
that was risky limited, but on a crit, that's whew, you are
Wow.
locked on. This
Great
person is
effect.
not getting away from you.
You have found their Facebook.
I think they notice you following, like they glance back and see, but then split off from the group, which was a mistake. They try to lose you in some alleys and such, and like behind wrecks of broken buildings.
That's
But
literally my job.
yeah, you are not letting this person get away. God, I think so. You are in a great position following this person. Let's go back to Team Loud.
Okay.
We're in a maybe less great position.
What are my...
So I feel like I'm really like trusting in Angel to take care of this.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to like literally tell me if I need to step up. Because otherwise I'm just gonna keep shouting nonsense. I mean, very serious religious diatribes.
You're going to hear Dell screaming through the throat mic transceiver
Okay.
about how he's been shot, something about vintage Balmain, uh, just sort of really angry and incoherent, and also like running still, I guess. But definitely conveying that things are not great.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess I need to find them. I'm pretty like large as far as my mech is concerned. Um, can I just kind of want to like roll a scan and see if I can like spot them like as I look around. Like I'm like at like this big intersection area, and like I figure there's like long streets, and maybe like you can see like alleyways that cut across, and maybe they're gonna try to cross the street down like 2 blocks away or something like that. But like basically use my mech's abilities to look in all directions at the same time until we can find them again, and
Yeah.
then start heading that way.
Give me a scan.
Okie dokie.
Risky limited.
1d6. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Well, that's bad.
Ooh, that's a
No.
two. That's
Not
not.
great.
Yeah, that's not, it's not super great. Nope.
So as you're scanning, you do spot some of the people you saw earlier. They're like much further down on the this like kind of road that's bordering the water,
Mm-hmm.
and they start jumping in,
Okay.
including the person with the case.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Well,
Kurt, what's up with Angel? I mean, you can resist. You can resist.
Yeah, yeah.
You can always resist those consequences.
How could I'm trying to figure out how I could resist these here. Um can I have uh set the mech to automatically like start moving towards them? So like uh I've already the mech is already going that direction before I even notice that it's found them,
Hmm.
in order for them to like not be super far away, and I can like try to intercede and be closer to them as they jump into the water.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's I think that's an insight
Okay.
resist.
Sure. Sure. That's 2d6.
Okay, that's three
Uh,
stress.
Oh no.
hmm.
well, it could be
It's only 3 stress,
could be
right?
worse. I mean, the good news is that actually, since I'd marked fuel before, that I actually have more stress to play with.
Ah, good, 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 good.
Good. I'm
Uh,
glad for you.
yeah,
That is
exactly.
good.
Great. Well, in that case, so as I close in, and they like go to try to like jump into the water, um, can I like reach out with my robot hand and like try to grab the pack as this guy's trying to get into the water?
Yes. Um,
That was very
yeah,
qualified. Yes.
that's. I mean, it's fragile,
Yeah.
probably, and it's still pouring. So be careful. But yeah, that's a thing you can do.
Okay.
Here's, I'm going to posit this. Let him jump
Mm-hmm.
because that thing, one,
It better fucking
they
float.
should know not to get it wet.
Uh-huh.
But also, he's going to sink real fast.
Unless they have a submarine.
Or floaties.
Hmm. I think if you let him jump and then we see what happens.
Okay. All right. Sure. How watertight are our mechs?
They aren't
Depends.
unless you declare
Is
a
it?
life support system.
Oh, okay.
But that's a load.
Mm,
If you have vehicle load left, you can
I
declare a life
do.
support system and go underwater.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of like that. Like they all jump into the water, and I just like. Actually, it's probably much more like uh the what is it graceful than that. Like I just kind of like spider into the water instead.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, let's take it. I'm gonna put the life support system on there right now.
And I think
Fantastic.
they were not expecting you to get into the water at all. So this is good.
I'm definitely now. I can't help it. The crab from Moana, because I'm just shiny and I'm under the water.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
That's
Uh,
great.
it's really good. Yeah, I'm gonna follow them. That's my plan. That's my plan. I'm gonna hope I'm gonna if given all the amount of screaming into my ear from Dell, he's not dead.
Yeah,
So
Oh.
not even injured.
not just his pride.
Just a hot mess.
Yeah,
It's every day.
that happens.
It's good. Great.
It is. Oh, it is like midnight here. It is
Oh shoot, yeah.
midnight. So
I've been
we
having
are
too much fun.
Ooh.
up on that 3 hour time limit. How do y'all feel? We can like kind of close here with an open ending. We can keep going if everyone is okay with that. We can pick this up another time.
I'm
I can go
still pretty
another
awake.
hour. Yeah.
I can go a little bit longer, yeah.
Yeah.
I can go about another half hour and then I need to sleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I will
That
try
sounds
to
good.
real. I mean, they're 6 tick clocks, so they. I believe in your ability to fill them in half an hour.
Okay.
Um. So yeah, let's just check in on Angel real quick to make sure he isn't dead.
Angel's running back for the mech,
Mhm.
and is going to hop in, and just for right now, just like taking a stance of not going in the water yet, but basically standing at the ready to like jump on one of these boats if he needs to, or jump in the water if he needs to. Just readied up for whatever might happen next.
I think as you get in and as Drake slips into the water, I think both of you notice that some of the divers are climbing onto one of the ships.
Um,
They were
oh,
just jumping into the river to swim out to it instead of going down the walkway. And you notice that there are people on that ship pulling out big guns.
okay. So, hmm. Yeah, I think Chroma Lion is going to take a running start and try and jump onto that ship
Oh my god!
and not get shot and probably do a cool flip.
Yeah, of course. uh, Give me a roll.
All right, I have 2 dice in maneuver, and let's see.
Risky limited.
I'm trying to see if I have anything that would help me with an extra die here, because I haven't declared any load yet.
Devil's
Or effect.
bargain.
Because you're at limited.
Yeah.
Devil's bargain.
You know, a demonic avocado.
Would a fine interface system increase effect because I'm able to control it better?
Wait, do you?
Hmm?
I'm looking at your sheet, right? I mean, you're rolling maneuver, right?
Yeah.
Like a fine mobility suite would be perfect for that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I moved a copy of your character into the one that Takuma had put into Roll20.
Okay.
So when you put the link for your character sheet, I stole it.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
I also did the same for my character, but I didn't have the other people's characters.
Yeah, so I'll declare the fine mobility suite and
Yeah, risky standard.
risky standard. All right, let's roll these dice. So 2d6.
It's a 4. That's a 4.
It's a 4.
Good work.
Yeah. All
Uh,
right. Adequate.
Let me get that clock.
Sometimes adequate is all you need.
Yeah, honestly. Um. So yeah, I I think you do take some damage doing this. Um. God, you are really just not having a good day with your
No.
appearance getting like I think you get level 2 harm like banged up.
Oh.
Level 2
That's
damage banged up.
banged up. Okay. Yeah. I'll
As
take
like
it.
they can't get through um like your hull, like your armor, but it dents it severely.
Hmm.
Does not look great. Um back to Team Quiet.
Oh. Okay, I've been thinking about this. Um, I know what I want to do. So you know how like sometimes whenever like, so I've got the bike. I'm like revving the engine kind of at the mech, and I start driving, and I want to try and bait the mech to chase me through like the wreckage of the city
Yeah.
and start going through those streets. And then I want to use that as cover to like make stealth attack, like to make like going from alley to alley whenever it's like crossing a street to like hit it and start like using that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where we start with this.
Um
That's the idea of what I want to do.
that sounds like a maneuver first of all.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to think of anything that could help me with the maneuver. Would like this be a setup action? Or because it's not like next to me, so it's like maneuvering through the city to find the best thing.
Yeah.
All right, if I maneuver, what is it? Risky
Maneuver is
limited.
still risky limited, yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of anything I have. Yeah, I think would our camo help because whenever I'd go into it, I might find a place to park for a second because we can blend in. Would that increase our effect, or is that a push?
Yeah, I don't because it's a chase. I really don't think that you have enough time for that to count
Okay.
in this case.
Um. Yeah, you know what? Let's.
I
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say that one of the things that my vehicle can have is a magnification suite, which can mark targets for allies. I don't know if that would help or not, but if it would, then I can mark that.
Yeah, I mean you had that really good scan earlier. You could send over like you can communicate what sort of places you're looking for, and you can send over that data from that scan. You can
Yeah.
assist that way if you want.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Cool, cool.
So right now I'm at one die, risky limited.
Yes.
Um,
Mark 1 stress for the assist. Assists are always stress.
I'm honestly not sure what would help more in terms of maybe positioning, or not positioning, but effect. So it's
Yeah.
risky standard.
1 die, risky standard.
Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna go one. I don't want to put. I don't want to use the fuel on this.
Go for it.
Oh my god! All right. It's the good thing about
Oh,
this
that's a 3.
is that
Oh,
in only one of my actions do I have a single die, and everything else to resist I have 2 or 3. That's the good thing about going Fen.
okay. So you try to pull this off, but the tires were a weak spot on this mech, but it's pretty heavily armored elsewhere.
Uh-huh.
It's your attacks just aren't doing enough damage. They're not hitting it in the right places. Like it moves just the right amounts that you're hitting the plating, and they kind of corner you down an alley, and there's a building that's collapsed behind you that you can't get over.
Oh.
You're in a desperate position. Going to Madry now.
Yes.
You are locked on. You are tailing this person. You are in a controlled position.
Hell yeah.
How do you apprehend this thief?
I would like to non-lethally shoot this person.
How so?
Like in the leg, because that would get them to stop.
That's fair.
Do we have any like taser options?
Yeah, I would like to do some. I have an unusual weapon.
That could be a
That
taser,
would-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to get in up close for it, I think, but
Oh, I have a fine stun gun, but that's
Yeah.
not common. That's just for empaths. Okay, never mind.
I think like a regular stun gun might fall under unusual weapon in that case. So
Yeah.
you'll still be you're at controlled limited for that.
Okay. I have 2 in hunt. Does my magnification suite help or no?
Is it fine? Let me see.
No, it's just normal.
Um, I think I mean this is a difficult shot that this is letting you do. Um, yeah, controlled standard.
Okay. I'm gonna use this is hunt, I think.
Yep.
So, yep, that's 2d6. Well, I got a 4. That could be
Yay.
That's a
worse.
4. Yeah, no, that's good. No, you are one tick away. So you knock them down, and they're I think you get them in the leg, and it looks like that leg is like not quite paralyzed but twitching, and it's hard to run on it now, so they duck into a ruined building, but they're not going to be getting very far. So
Okay.
you've caught up to them now. You're outside this, like right outside this building. They're right inside. And we'll go back to team. Actually, no. Let's finish up here with this last take. What do you do to you know? They're limping. They're weak. It's they are inside this building, so you don't know exactly where they are, but you are very close to retrieving this case.
Okay, I'm trying to decide between going in and dealing with this person one-on-one or trying to like command or something to get them to come out on their own.
Either would work at this point, I think, because they're not in a good place. They're not in good shape.
Okay. I don't have any dice in command is the problem, even though I like that visually.
Well, you are still at controlled. So, like, the minor consequence was that they went into this building where
Yeah.
you don't know exactly what's going on, but you're still controlled, and if the command fails, you could still go in and try a different approach. So
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think it's
that makes
worth.
sense for you to just kind of like boom out, like come out, and you're
Yeah.
not gonna get hurt. And then when they don't come out, then you just tear inside. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like I'm saying that if they don't come out, they'll get hurt, and then if they don't come out, I'll hurt them. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to roll 2d6 and take the lower. Okay, that's a
Oh,
1.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there's just no response.
Oh.
I think it just echoes. There might even be like a junker around who just kind of like laughs.
Yeah.
No.
So you're going in.
Yeah, I'm going in. This is maybe survey or prowl.
Prowl would work, I think.
Yeah, prowl. Okay, I'm going to push myself so that I have 2 dice in that. So
Okay.
I will roll my.
Yeah, and this is controlled limited.
Okay, that's a 5.
It's a 5. Um, describe to me how you sneak up on them. Like I think you go in a separate way from where they entered, and
Yeah, I think that I like climb out on top of my mech and I enter through a second-story window
oh, that's good.
that's been blown out.
Yeah.
And then like you know how sometimes you have like stairways and you have like the person has to go up this way, but then there's like a hallway going this way? I think that I'm like standing over here, and then when they're facing the other direction, I like go over the banister and then I'm behind them on the stairs.
Oh man. I think yeah, I think you one of the stairs like creaks at the last moment and they turn around but not fast enough to avoid you knocking them out.
Hell yeah.
And that fills out that last tick. And you've got the case back.
Nice.
Is it the right one?
Yeah.
Is it? It's empty.
Okay, I'm gonna use my turn radio to Team Loud saying, "You have the right one. You need to get it. We have a
Right.
decoy."
Yeah, you
Right.
get the psychic response back. Roger.
Great.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
Cool.
like I'm still under the water with my quadrupedal giant mech. Can I like try to like scoop this dude up out of the waters, but like put my mech hand between like him and the boat so he doesn't get to climb on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that thing.
What action do you think that is?
I I feel like it's manipulate because like I'm not like attacking or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like preventing and maybe like scooping.
Sounds right to me.
All right, I got one dot in that, but I'm gonna push myself again. Is there anything that you think that Angel could do to help here?
So you're trying to prevent someone from getting on the boat.
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on my position, I might be able to like get towards that end of the boat to like make them think twice about climbing up. That might throw
Just
them
buy
in
me a couple extra seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
If you can spare stress, I can get an extra die.
Would it be a fuel since I'm in my vehicle, or is that for
Assists are always
Assist
stress.
is always stress.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to decline.
Okay. No,
I-
that's
yeah. I don't got it spent.
okay. That's reasonable. Yeah, I got 3. Great. It's good.
Oh. Ooh. Okay, so risky. That was a risky limited um,
Sure.
goal.
I feel like that's just all kinds of bad.
Yeah. Well. Phew.
Oh boy.
So they don't manage to get onto the boat that that Angel is on. Actually, they kind of veer off and climb onto one of the other boats.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And they start shooting into the water. The people on the boat start shooting into the water,
Yeah, yeah. They would do that.
and they've got you pinned down as this other boat starts moving.
And the good news is that uh, Mythbusters proved that you only need like 3 feet of water to be completely safe from bullets.
Yeah.
Not sure how that translates to like armor piercing bullets and mechs, but I feel like I have a fairly good chance of just being low enough in the water to not take damage from these things.
Yeah. You're not. If you get closer from where you are now, you might take some damage, but where you are now, you are okay. It's just, yeah, you can't move closer to this other boat that's trying to leave.
Gotcha. But that's not the one that has our quarry on it.
Oh no, that is the dude with the case got onto another boat and started it up.
Okay, and if
And
I
it's
try to
starting
get
to
closer
move.
to that boat is where I'll be in firing range.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just trying to get on the right well. I'm gonna have to risk that fire, I think. Unless well, actually, yeah, well, Angel, you do a thing. I don't want to take all the spotlight here.
What am I gonna do? Hmm. How close is the second boat to the one that I'm on?
It's diagonally across from you.
Okay.
It's very close. Like the only reason that you might have trouble getting to it is this gun might turn on you, but that would also, enable uh Drake to get closer to the other boat. So one of you needs to deal with the gun, and the other one can deal with the boat, basically.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, you know what? I have 2 die in battle. Let's let's make a mess. Um so yeah, I'm gonna attempt to basically just destroy these guns.
Hell yeah.
Just you know what I'm going to do? These boats have lifeboats, right?
Yeah.
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 We at the beginning of this session, I believe there was a Pacific Rim reference.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick up one of those lifeboats and just start swinging.
Oh my god. Hell yeah.
All right. So I'm at -1d because of the damage. So this is gonna be
Well, not for this case, because the damage only applies to rolls that it, you know, applies to. The banged up, I would like give you a -1 on rolls that are meant to be like more defensive or like busting through stuff. I don't think for
okay.
the attack, I'm not going to give you the -1 on that.
All right.
Yeah. It's
Um
applicable rolls, not all of them.
I am gonna go ahead and push myself and take the 2 fuel since I can afford that.
Something you're
So-
not almost maxed out on.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. So here we go. All right. There's a 5.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that clears the clock. That's
Yes.
those 2 ticks you needed.
Yes.
Sweet. I got you now.
Oh wait, was it limited?
Was it?
Hold on.
I can't remember what you said.
Ah.
I think it was.
Well, cause I don't remember if I actually said it, because it's still risky limited. You've been at risky limited because of the tier difference, but that's 1 more tier though. You've disabled the guns.
All right. All right.
Bring us home.
I just need like a grab onto the ship and then just like put it back onto the dock.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. Yeah. That's gonna be manipulate again.
Okay.
And I just love burning through resources, so I'm gonna push myself again.
Yes.
Great. Well, that was really worthless.
Jeez. Oh man.
2 twos.
Oh god.
Oh,
No.
that's harsh.
Oh jeez.
Well, I don't grab them and put them back into the dock, but what kind of fantastic, terrible things happened to me?
Christ. Well, okay. So they figured out the gun isn't working, and then it got destroyed. It starts to pull out of the way, and they throw depth charges into the water.
No.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Resist it.
They said they were professionals. Totally resisting that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let's definitely resist that.
That's an expertise.
Okay. Yeah, I got two dots in expertise. Okay.
Yeah.
I can do this. All right. Resist. And am I going to be taking stress or burning fuel for this?
Fuel for this.
Okay. 4.
Oh,
that's bad. That's real bad. That puts me over. I'm.
Oh man. Okay.
No.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Here's the thing about Beam Saber. You can take dire actions.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get to do it.
I want to take a
When
dire
your
action.
vehicle reaches max fuel, you can push it to take 1 more action while ignoring any damage that you've taken. When you roll less than a 6 on a dire action, your vehicle takes a level 3 damage and is immediately removed from the scene.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have at least 1 more action, and if you keep rolling 6s, you'll have more.
Well, if I can roll a 6, I need to roll
Have
more.
a 1 in 6 chance.
All right. I'm gonna hold him back. I want to let you get that chance to do a cool thing.
Okay.
Wait, can you assist on dire actions?
I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. They haven't been rolled a ton. Let me check that real quick.
Austin's in the chat. So.
Austin is in the chat.
Yeah.
Austin.
Austin!
Tell us. Continue
Give
to be
us the
awesome.
forbidden lore.
Oh boy.
It doesn't say you can't, so I'm gonna say you can.
They
Great.
can be assisted.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Okay.
Austin.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
I have fuel to burn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn. It's 2 to assist or just
no,
1?
you still have to.
It's still
you
stress.
You
It
still
has to
have
be
to spend
stress.
stress to assist.
It's
Oh,
one. It's one stress.
It's
But
1 stress to assist.
I'm trying to think if there's some way I could help.
yeah.
Okay, could I do a flashback to have been waiting
right.
on
We
the
have
boat
those.
and use the gear remote vehicle control? And I was like stocked up in one of the things. Like I was conveniently on the boat, but I was using remote vehicle control to do all that because all the stuff I was doing was just driving. And then I would take the stress and the load, and then I would be on the vehicle, and then I would take the stress to aid. So it would be like 3 stress and a thing. This is the classic. I was gonna use this to fight the mech and pull the classic Berenice maneuver.
Yeah.
Could I do this?
Yeah, go for it.
Would this be 2 stress to do the flashback, a gear, and then 1 stress to aid? Is that how I'm doing the math right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right, remote vehicle control, and then look, I'm only at 3 stress, everyone.
Must be nice.
Nice.
I think you're gonna want a dice, right?
Yeah, because even at limited, we just need the one. We just need one box.
Tick. You just need the one.
So like, I aid basically by like popping out of the boat and trying to like work my way through everyone to try and slow down everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, I mean, the only other thing I could do would be like bombard, to like shoot like a torpedo up into the boat, and that would just be terrible.
I have armor. It's okay.
I mean, you have armor, but that's still a bad idea.
The nice lady said not
property
to break
damage.
anything if we can help it.
Yeah. So I think I'm still I think we're still doing actually, could I go ahead and just do a command and just try to be like stand down, we have you surrounded, you know, we have an agent. Have an agent on board. Your continued insubordination is gonna be reflected on your criminal record. We need you to please immediately desist with your fleeing and do begin with the being under arrest. Thank you.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, give me that roll.
I actually have stress remaining, but because I'm in the ship, I can't. I have to use fuel, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. Okay, I'm rolling it. Let's go.
How many dice was that? You critted! Yes!
That's a crit. That's a crit right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for your help.
Lord.
Italian. What is?
Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. I think they realize at this point, with this giant, gaudy, sitting on one boat, another one capable of blowing them out of the water, but has not yet, sitting there. Someone else messing with the controls. Yeah. They kind of realize the gig is up, and I think the Society for Wider Understanding actually pulls in on another boat too and surrounds them.
Oh, right. We could have used them
Long enough. I did mention them. I
know. I
you
just now remembered.
You did.
Right.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, that's good. Dire actions are the best.
They are. That's the mission. I told you it was gonna be in a half hour. I told you.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
God. Okay. Well.
That was great.
Ooh.
Yeah. I hope everyone had a good time. We will be skipping the downtime stuff, obviously, but I don't think we have time for a post-mortem with going over so long already. But we can chat about that in Discord, I suppose. But
yeah.
My closing stuff, where did I put my closing stuff?
In closing, y'all are badasses. Congratulations.
then like nothing is
Take the
ever
job.
said again about what happens with my bike and being cornered by a mech.
Actually, yeah, let's clean that up real quick because I mean they surrender and their associates also I think realize. I mean at that point, Madri has also dealt with the problem and comes back with the mech, and they probably also appear behind the enemy mech.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can deal. Um,
Oh, Austin, my bike isn't trashed.
yeah, it's fine. The only mech here that's trashed is.
God.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, buddy.
It's
Asgard
gonna be
custom.
okay.
Oh, it needs some
We're gonna be
character.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
think.
I thought it doesn't.
Uh,
What happens when you crit on a dire action? Because I know you can stop doing dire actions, but let me look this up. 'Cause
I know if I failed the if I didn't get a 6 on a dire action, I would get a character. But
if it's 6, they can take another.
Yeah, I think
They roll a crit. They heal 1 stress instead of having removed effect, and are no longer taking dire actions. Instead, return to acting normally.
oh, but should I lose a?
a fuel. Yeah, that's the thing about fuel, though.
Yeah, so it says
Okay,
Austin
so-
just said putting on a dire action heals 1 stress or fuel instead of improved effect.
Okay.
Right.
So,
So
Okay.
yeah, you don't actually take character.
God, that's so good.
That's
So good.
even better. I love
And they
it.
had the Pacific Rim music playing while you did all of that.
Yes.
So yeah.
It's good.
Happy ending all around. Everyone is fine. Everyone is fine. Everything is good. The job is done.
They shot my top.
No one even died.
There's like an after credits scene of like Drake like putting an arm around Dell's shoulder, being like, "You need me to take you shopping, son."
Oh my God! I pull up. Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
There it is. There. End scene. Thank you.
Full
Thank you.
circle.
In closing, today I was joined by Kelsa.
Thank you.
Oh.
All because of Curve.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, let's do some quick outros and say goodbye, everybody. I am Kelsa. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube /Kelsa Delphi, on Twitter @Kelsa. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all of those things so that I can make more shows and then you will see them.
Yeah.
And we also had joining us today, Doggos.
Doggos, you can find me on Twitter @Arcbound Ravager, like the Magic card, where I tweet about nerds, friends of the table, furries, the usual.
That sounds about right.
Also, Twitter shit posting about everything and making Austin Walker say that Twilight Mirage is not Homestuck. That was one of my shining moments besides Orc versus Boar. Let me tell you, I can get into this.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I'll follow you on Twitter and I'll learn all about it.
Okay, person name I can't remember is Kirby.
Yeah. I'm Curb. You can find me on Twitter @FancyRectangles, and other stuff that I do @bara.moe. And I'm gonna let L plug the non-binary tabletop month, but that is a thing that I and Takuma and L, who set it up, are participating in, and it's gonna be great.
So good.
Hi, I'm Elle. You can follow me on Twitter @OccasionalL. Non-binary people and TTRPG month is next month, August 1st to August 31st. Follow that on Twitter @non-binary TTRPGM, because I ran out of characters for the word month. We've got a Discord. We're setting up games. I'm going to be running a Dungeon World game there's other games planned.
There's gonna be another Beam Saber campaign
Oh yeah, there is.
with
there's-
Dell in it.
There's gonna be playtesting power hour where people are just gonna let people playtest the games that they're working on. It's gonna be a good time. The forms for the Discord are on both my Twitter and TTRPGM Twitter. So yeah, find those there. Takuma, take us out.
Hey, yeah, I'm Takuma. I have been your awful GM tonight.
Fantastic.
We're great.
Awful in that I hurt a lot of people.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am at Takuma_Okada_ on Twitter. And if you want to see more Beam Saber, there is that campaign going on next month, and there is also Austin Ramsey's Beam Saber actual play, which streams on You Don't Meet in an Inn's Twitch channel from 6 to 9 on Tuesdays, 6 to 9 Eastern Daylight Time.
Nice.
And sorry, Eric, you got sick, but thank you for bringing us all together. Thank you, Kelsa, for throwing all of this stream together at the last moment.
Yeah.
And all for playing. It was a great time.
Yeah, I had an absolutely great time. All right, I'm gonna take us out to some music just to play us out. And thanks everybody for coming out.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.